Yeah! Here we go!
It's time for TSS Fantasy.
It is Commissioner Cooper.
I could do a whole 49ers show right now.
Ready to rock out with my gavel out.
Oh yeah, baby!
Don't sleep on my Patriots,
And we're ready for football. Is that
Joe Burrow with his wrist? I'm curious.
I find you guilty of all charges.
although you assistant force in this
I please develop some really great chemistry.
DJ Chuck Bass.
This guy has been doing it ever since coming off.
I hope you like the way I pimped
He's
you out.
4 targets in all 3 of the
That
classes.
scored a touchdown this year.
You know, the great thing about being a football player is you don't have to take a shower to go to work.
There it is.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time to wake up with TSS Fantasy.
Yes, started football season. I'm ready, bro. I am so fucking ready. I am ready.
Justin got the coffee cup on mute, ready to go.
Because he's a 49ers fan. He knows what's going to happen Monday.
It was the brief.
What's gonna happen Monday, Fred?
Monday? Just like you wasn't talking on mute a minute ago, we ain't hearing no shit from San Fran fans neither. Let's go.
Got plenty of time, fellas. We're going to talk about that show, or excuse me, we'll talk about that game, obviously, here a little bit later on. But we got a show, and we got a time to wake. We got to wake everybody up. It's week 1 of the NFL, so I know everyone's excited. I'm live down here in Miami. I'm so excited. I couldn't even wait no longer. I'm ready to rumble. Let's pay the bills real quick. If you're going to do daily fantasy, do us a favor. Go to Underdog Fantasy and then do yourself a favor. Use the promo code TSS. We'll double your deposit up to $100, so you can't beat that. Also, if you guys are looking for some championship bling for next season, look no further than Pro-Am Belts. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit a comment. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do. Plus, we would like to answer your lineup questions, as I'm sure you have some going into week 1. All right, so to start things off today, Brian usually comes in and does his Inside the Medical Tent. Unfortunately, Brian's asleep or something.
Yeah, we had to dock his pay this week. Yeah, you ain't getting paid, bud.
But luckily, on Friday, Brian did a little segment for us. So we'll go ahead and play that again for you so you can get a little bit of an update. Dylan, good morning, my friend. Appreciate you stopping in. All right, well, let's get it going. It actually plays out perfect. We made fun of it a little bit on Friday because Brian looks like he just woke up in this segment. So it fits out perfectly for our segment here. All right, let's get it going. It's Inside the Medical Tent with Brian.
Dylan just went into the medical tent a moment ago.
What's up, everybody? Brian Scott, host of the Injured List podcast. Here is your Inside the Medical Tent injury updates for week 1 of the NFL regular season.
I would like to drink a cup of coffee.
Let's get things kicked off with Justin Herbert. He's been dealing with a bout of, quote, plantar fasciitis, unquote. But when asked about it by reporters, John Harbaugh was quick to say that he cannot answer any questions because he is not qualified to do so, which was quite humorous. So he missed a couple of weeks because of this, then returned on August 19th and has been practicing ever since, but has been listed on the injury report. He was in a boot for 2 weeks prior to that, but it sounds like this is nothing serious. They were doing that as a precautionary measure so that things don't trickle into the regular season here. Although with plantar fasciitis, this can rear its ugly head at some point again, so that will be something to keep an eye on. Assuming he made a full recovery, though, he should be good to go week 1. At the running back position, we have Marshawn Lloyd, who was dealing with some type of hamstring injury, which the team called a grade 1 strain. I'm very suspect of this because it's not typical to have a grade 1 strain of the hamstring. Typically, these are more to the moderate severity. So I do think that he's probably more injured than.
All right, I'm going to stop this now because actually Brian's come in live, thankfully. Check that out. So let's bring in Brian with Inside the Medical Tent. Sorry, Brian, I wasn't sure if you're going to make it or not, so we figured we'd play your stuff anyway. Let's bring in Brian.
A.J. Dillon just went into the medical tent a moment ago.
Well, come, Bubba.
All right, yeah, come on in, Bubba, because Brian's in the house today. I love how these little windows are set up. Looks like I feel like I'm on the break lunch. All right, Brian, thank you for coming in today. I know it's early. My apologies. Let's wake up with you. I know we want to talk real quick, obviously start out with Jordan Love. I did want to start with that on Friday. Obviously, what a great game for Saquon. But Jordan Love obviously going down. So a lot of speculation as far as that goes. Tell us what you know about Jordan.
Yeah, well, scary situation there. Definitely, I was concerned initially about his knee. Some reports now are saying that he's got an MCL sprain, which if that's the case, he escaped a serious injury because there was a lot of concern floating around about his potential ACL tear. So they're saying approximately 3 to 6 weeks. I'm going to lean more toward the 4-week mark because it looked like it was pretty significant. He was on the sideline shaking his knee out, limped off the field pretty good. So they're probably going to shut him down for several weeks at minimum. But there is some, reports floating around about ankle, knee, leg, all kinds of stuff. But more official reports now are saying it's his MCL. We should have even more information, though, as we get through this weekend here. Don't forget, they were in Brazil, so he might not have even had a full workup as of yet until they get back stateside, and that may not even happen until tomorrow. So I'm always a little hesitant to throw out reports until I get more information, until I know that they've had a chance to work these players up medically. And when you're not back in your home country, sometimes that can get a little bit delayed compared to than if they were home playing. So always a little hesitant and pump the brakes a little bit. But right now, early reports are saying MCL.
I just want to real quickly say, Dylan, again, thank you so much for your like, comment, and subscribe. And I see your question in there. And Justin got a question in there as well. We'll get to those in just 1 second. All right, Brian, what else do we got on the injury report?
Yeah, so a couple of names that we've talked about during the week are now confirmed. Josh Downs is definitely out. We kind of predicted that with that high ankle sprain, so he'll be down. Russell Wilson has been dealing with this calf thing. He was limited in practice. He's questionable. Now all of a sudden reports are saying that he might not play. So 50-50 there. I think that I don't know where this calf injury came from, but it kind of popped up out of nowhere. So there's a good chance he might not be starting at least for the Steelers as we head into week 1 here. And then DeAndre Hopkins dealing with a knee issue. He's also listed as questionable. There's a good chance he might play, but he's going to probably be limited action. So a little bit surprising there. And then we talked about Mike Williams earlier in the week coming off that ACL injury. He's probably going to play, but he's going to be very limited. I don't think we're going to see him contribute too much, at least as we head into week 1 here. That could change as the season progresses. Keenan Allen dealing with that heel issue. He's limited in, reported as questionable, but he did participate in practice fully, so he should be available as well. And those are pretty much the major names coming out of week 1 here. I'm sure we'll have a full list of way more players as we head into week 2, as the history tells us.
Yeah, the medical tent begins to fill up.
Yes, it does. The line gets very long as we get further into the season.
Absolutely. All right, Brian, we appreciate you popping in. I know it's early. My apologies on that. Real quick, where can we follow, subscribe, get all your great content?
Yeah, so theinjuredlist.com, you can find our blog Inside the Medical Tent there, where we go into a little bit more detail each week. And then X, you can find at Injured List Pod, and then Instagram and Facebook, the Injured List Podcast.
All right, Brian, I know you work hard. We appreciate you, my friend. We're going to send you out with a little commercial from NeuroGuard Plus. We'll see you next Friday.
Take care, guys. Dr. Michael Hutchison has harnessed the latest in neuromuscular dentistry and impact technology to develop a mouthguard that does more than protect. It enhances. NeuroGuard Plus isn't just a mouthguard. By focusing on the jaw's physiological position, it provides an added layer of neuroprotection, significantly reducing the risk of sports-related neurological injuries. All athletes should be using a custom mouthguard designed to their bite position. NeuroGuard Plus was created as a means to maintain your physiological jaw position regardless of your bite. The appliance is designed to optimize your upper-lower jaw relationship to improve your strength, your balance, your oxygen intake, and drastically lower your chance of a concussion. Independent studies have shown that the NeuroGuard Plus will provide you with improvement to both upper and lower body strength. The same improvements were not present with a common mouthguard. Over 6,500 athletes have used the NeuroGuard Plus. Dr. Hutchison is happy to say that the amount of diagnosed concussions is 0.2%. The NeuroGuard Plus offers athletes, coaches, and parents an advantage to keep their players safe on the field. If you or your child actively participates in athletics, they need to be protected from the dangers of repetitive head trauma. Get your NeuroGuard Plus mouthguard today. Click on the link and use code ILP Sports for 10% discount on your purchase.
All righty then. Before we get to the weather, just had a couple of comments in here that I wanted to point out. Dylan, again, thank you so much. As I mentioned, hit the subscribe. I love it. He even said it's like a TV show. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. He did say he drafted Jacobs in a league or two because he felt like he fell to him. And he actually, Saquon did fall in quite a few drafts I was in. A lot of people are kind of shying away from him, so I could totally feel you on that. Hope he gets the ball more now. So it's funny you say that, literally, because my wife's a big Eagles fan. That's all I kept saying was feed him the ball, kind of opposite of what I felt the Ravens did with Derrick Henry. You brought the guy in, feed him the damn football. His TD upside has to be to be limited now, though, correct? Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're not going to have those big-time TD games. Everyone else got to eat a little bit, too. But it's still very encouraging. I think you probably see the Eagles, obviously, with the center issues. I don't think we'll see much of the tush push anymore, and I think we'll see a lot more of handing off the ball to Saquon Barkley. So, yes, sir.
I think me and OJ are thinking the same thing. He's talking about Josh Jacobs, not Saquon Barkley.
He said, "Oh my God,
What's your coffee, Jason? You're a coffee lover, but you ain't drinking your coffee."
Jesus.
It sounded good. It sounded great.
I didn't interrupt him.
Such great analysis for that, bro. Absolutely.
That's phenomenal analysis on Saquon Barkley. He's asking about Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love.
If anyone's asking about Saquon, I got you. I mean, yeah, good stuff there. But yeah,
we just let you keep going.
I actually think he may have a little more upside when we're talking about Jacobs, because now you have the injury to Jordan Love. Might see a little more lenient on Jacobs, quite frankly. So I'm not sure his upside for TDs is that limited, to be quite frank with you. Has anyone else got a different opinion on that?
No, I totally agree. I think without Jordan Love there, you gotta have somebody. Malik Willis back there. You have to hand off the ball, throw short passes, stuff like that. Malik Willis wasn't great last year when we watched him play. So now to just come in just now fresh, you have to hand off the ball and hope your defense holds up.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a different opinion.
Yeah,
I think it actually goes down. I think it becomes a flex because, to be honest with you, like Malik Willis sucks as a quarterback. I mean, he is absolutely fucking terrible. And he's not a check down quarterback either. So it's even worse. So they're either going to stack the line or they're going to play deep. So it's not really good for Jacobs. I would literally teeter on maybe just putting him on as a flex until Jordan Love comes back, because until they get somebody like, if they go and get Josh Dobbs, give us a second-round pick, we'll give you Josh Dobbs. If they go get Josh Dobbs, then I think maybe it gets a little bit better. But if you're just relying on Malik Willis, then yeah, no, you got some problems.
No, that's why we have a bunch of people on, so we have different opinions. I like that.
That entire offense, bro. That entire offense has to change with Willis at the helm, because Willis cannot throw that ball at all. What he showed in Tennessee the last couple of years. So,
oh my God,
with consistency, I totally agree. Hey guys, from Justin Inman, a PPR. I'm going back and forth between Singletary and Deontay Johnson. Any suggestions? And I thought about this. I saw this pop up. So the bottom line is the Saints D is actually pretty decent. And I think with Singletary, what you're going to see is volume. Because what else? We talked about this on Friday. Other than Malik Neighbors, what else do the Giants really have, quite frankly? So I just think I would go with Singletary simply because for the volume upside. Anybody else disagree?
No, I agree.
No, I kind of agree. You got, yeah.
All right. Dylan was laughing at my analysis, by the way, and he thinks they could potentially add Ryan Tannehill to the team. Ryan Tannehill, oh my goodness,
Tanny baby.
Right, Dylan, we'll get to your next one in a second. We're gonna get going here because we got to inform you guys about the.
It's time for the weather report.
All right, let's go around the league. It looks like the Dome games today: Panthers at Saints, Steelers at Falcons, Texans at Colts, Raiders at Chargers, and Rams at Lions. So if you got kickers in those particular matchups, you are golden. Nothing to worry about. It's a little early in the season. Obviously, we talk about this every year, so the weather's not a huge impact, but in some games, as we go with rain and stuff, it may. Vikings at Giants, clear skies today, 69 degrees, winds about 10 miles an hour, no biggie. Patriots at Bengals, clear skies, 69 degrees, winds are at 9 miles an hour. Cardinals at Bills, there's a slight chance of rain, 56 degrees. Winds, though, 17 miles an hour. So it might, again, depending upon how this game looks, I'd be a little nervous with these kickers in this matchup. And this might tamper down your Kyler Murray, Josh Allen expectations, but we'll see how it plays out. Titans at Bears, clear skies, 69 degrees, winds are 9 miles an hour. The Jaguars at America's team, the Miami Dolphins. We have a chance of thunderstorms, 90 degrees out, winds at 9 miles an hour. We'll tell you, though, just look out the window this morning, it's already raining here, so that just lets you know. Broncos at Seahawks, partly cloudy, 76 degrees, winds are at 7 miles an hour. Cowboys at Browns, it's partly cloudy, 68 degrees, winds are at 12 miles an hour. We're getting a little up there. Now, here's the one where it's really affected. Commanders at the Bucks. This is the only one I literally said numerous thunderstorms, so we might see a few delays in this game. 88 degrees, winds are at 5 miles an hour, so expect to see some storms, maybe even delays in that one. Jets at the 49ers. Guys are going to clear up as the Jets get blown away. 78 degrees in that one, and the winds are at 12 miles an hour. All right, so there we go. Got to love a little bit of that weather. All right, before we got some betting expert in the house, so we're gonna get to our friend. I know we had two today. We actually have Ariel and Mikey Betts that he's gonna even stop by. I was hoping to bring them both in, but as usual,
Mikey Betts.
Mikey Betts, yeah. By the way, I'm gonna go talk to him when he comes on. You know, Mikey Betts went viral with Barstool. He had gotten like some little fight, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Mikey Betts!" Like, yeah, so check it out. Yeah, he was in they do the little boxing thing, and yeah, it was crazy. All right, let's go to, before we get to Ariel, let's go to a couple of quick questions real quick. Back to Dylan. He's going to go full PPR. He needs to start one of these guys. Ford versus Dallas, Chandler versus the Giants, the Gus Bus versus the Raiders. He's leaning for a safer volume. D-line of the Giants and I keep wanting to say Vikings. Raiders are underrated also. So looking at this, I do think it probably has the better upside in this, so I do agree with you. I'm not a big Chandler guy or a Gus Bus guy, to be quite frank with you. So, Ford for volume purposes, I think would be the key play here. Anyone else have any differing opinion on that one?
Nope. Ford is the way to go.
All right. He appreciates that, I guess. Adrian, thanks for your question. And Dylan, appreciate you being in, bro. Trey Benson, is he worth the stash?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Justin, you're muted.
1,000% yes. 1,000% yes. Make sure he is on your team. 1,000%.
Brad, yeah. You got any different opinion or?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, just wondering. All right, let's go to Dylan again. He just said, I love how you guys set up these streams. Feels like a TV show. God, thank you, Dylan. Appreciate you, man. Check this out.
Yo, Dylan, you an MVP, man.
Dylan, stick around, bro, because it just gets even better, bro. It just gets even better. All right, so I don't want to make Ariel wait too long, and it's 8:21, and Mikey Betts is late. No big deal. Let's get to some prop bets. Bring our girl Ariel. Ariel Kalista, what is up? How are you this morning?
Hi there. Thanks so much for having me on. Doing great. How are you guys doing?
You're doing great. We're so happy to have you. It's good to see you again. That means it's football time again. So bringing in the new year. What do you got for us for some prop bets for today? We're excited to make some money.
Well, I have some props and I have some plays as well, actually. I have 10 different plays and props for you today. Nice. So full slate of bets. This is really going to be a lot of fun. Last year in the NFL, I had an over 47% ROI. So that's around like a 70+% win rate. And this season, I'm hoping to do even better. Plus, I just authored a new book called Sports Betting Illuminated, which will be out very soon and in your local bookstores very soon.
All right.
Can we get a signed copy?
Well,
Yeah,
right.
Mine didn't get signed. Absolutely.
Oh,
And I-
absolutely.
I just made my deposit. Let's-
strategies.
Fred can't read a coloring book, so don't worry about him. Okay.
I just made my deposit. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
All right. Starting off with the Vikings versus Giants game, I'm taking the Vikings -1.5. Also in this game, I like the Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson to go over 90 receiving yards at +125. Then in the Raiders versus Chargers game, I'm taking the under 40, and I do have another under in this game. I am taking Devontae Adams to go under 72.5 receiving yards. In the Browns versus Cowboys game, I'm taking the Browns -2.5. And Bijan Robinson of the Falcons, I am taking over 40 receiving yards at +225. Big plus money play there.
Ooh, like that.
Now I have 4 quarterback props for you. Ready? This is a little contrary to what you guys were already talking about, but I do think Will Levis is improving. I am taking him over 250 passing yards at +185. Then I'm taking Panthers quarterback Bryce Young under half a touchdown at +175. Few big plus money plays in here. I am also taking Caleb Williams under 244 passing yards at even money. And finally, my last prop of the day, I am taking Matthew Stafford over half a yard running +110. But you could juice this up a couple yards because he's likely to get 6.
Wow, Matthew Stafford on the ground. I didn't think I was going to hear that stat today. I love it. Absolutely. All right, Ariel, where can we follow? Tell everyone they can get all your great content. Obviously, you can plug that book one more time.
Absolutely. You could find really everything at arielcallista.com. That is my own personal website. And over there, I have daily emails that go out with all of the sports news, the line analysis, my picks every single day, horse racing picks too. Just added some of that in, some betting education, and of course, some pictures of me as well. All of that goes out for free every single day at
I don't know what's happening there. Sorry. Nobody wants to see that.
all of that goes out every single day at arielcallista.com. You can join right now by going to arielcallista.com and clicking on the Stay in Touch button. I post my plays every single day. I've been doing this for over 2 years with timestamp videos, so you could really go back and see the proof of all of my results. And I'm on most platforms at AriBet702. That's where you could find me. TikTok, they deleted my account a dozen times, but right there, I'm at Ari.bets.
Wow, they deleted your account. You got like people shaking their booties every 5 seconds, and your account gets deleted. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, sports picks, gambling, cannabis, that's me. And they definitely don't like that. So make sure to find all of that information more at arielcallista.com. And of course, make sure to check out my new book coming out soon, Sports Betting Illuminated. And that's also the end of my podcast, which is starting today at 11 a.m. Eastern. So I hope you guys could all join me.
We definitely will tune into that 100%. All right, we are excited for that. Thank you so much for popping in with us, and we'll see you on next Sunday. Appreciate you.
See you next Sunday. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. All right, before we head out for our Sunday breakdown, we got some Ultimate DFS, and I know we got some comments out there as well. We're going to give you our own homegrown prop bets. Let's check it out.
Good morning and a happy week one to all who celebrate the real Christmas. Welcome to another season. Homegrown Props. I've been in the basement for weeks running simulations, and I have never felt more ready for a football season than I do right now. No longer do we have to go camping or pretend we like baseball just to pass the time. Glorious, magnificent football has returned to our lives. We sat around all summer projecting, arguing about what a player's going to do as if we'd already seen him do it. But the truth is, nobody knows shit. And that's to our advantage, because the league, and more specifically the Minnesota Vikings, have no fucking idea what's about to be unleashed upon them. Malik Neighbors, 70 receiving yards, plus 110, plus odds to go over 69.5 yards. That's a number we may never see again in our natural lives. By halftime, everybody who passed on this kid 3 times in their fantasy draft is going to have their head in their hands, questioning every decision they have ever made. Next, I don't know how he's going to do it. He could run it in. He might throw it in. He might run a kickback. I don't know, but Taysom Hill is scoring a touchdown today. Plus 180, whatever sick obsession the previous regime had with this guy, I think it's in the building, sort of like a poltergeist, because all the new coaches seem to love him just as much, if not more. So if the Saints get near the red zone, which itself is a bit of a question, I think they definitely have a little something drawn up for the lunch pail gym rat coach's kid, Taysom Hill. Jags, Dolphins, this might be game of the week. First drive result is a touchdown, plus 330. Miami lost a lot on defense, and the Jags know they can't settle for field goals against this team. So I think if Jacksonville gets the ball first, they go for the throat. And if Miami gets the ball first, you know for a fact Mike McDaniels has scripted 15 plays that culminate in the end zone. I think it's crazy we get over 3-1 on that proposition. And then we've been waiting all summer for it, and now we're going to wait all day for Sunday night. We've got to have something going in that game. Jamison Williams, longest reception, over 20.5 yards, minus 105. This is the working man's prop bet. Another player poised to make a jump this season, and another coordinator who probably definitely has our guy included in the opening scripted plays, which means we probably get this thing in the first quarter. I mean, after all, we do have to get up for work in the morning. Best of luck to those who play along. Not that we will need it. We'll be back next Sunday with a few more perfectly ripe homegrown props.
Hey, hey, hey. You know the rest. All right, so let's look at the rest of these comments before we get to our ultimate DFS lineup. Weather report, injury updates, nice little intros. He fired. Dylan, you're the man, bro. You're the man today. You're making me feel good. Second question from Justin. He wants to know Dak or Jaden Daniels. Let's go. Greg, what do you think?
Ooh, I like Jaden Daniels this year, man. I like the weapons that he have on the outside. Dak's still going to be steady, but I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I like the matchup better for Jaden, to be honest, because that Browns D is nasty. I know Justin had a whole little take on Friday about Dak. That's why I didn't go to you, Justin. I would go off on the Dak again against the Browns. So it's not – I would definitely play the sneaky play with Jaden. I think I like that play a lot. Do you believe Kalen is going to be a top 10 QB? I love this. Adrian Peterson. Nothing funny. Do you believe Caleb Williams is going to be a top 10 QB as he's been hearing? What do you think, Fred?
I mean, he has a chance, but I think there's too many good quarterbacks right now. I say he stays right outside about 11 or 12, only because we already have a bunch of established quarterbacks, and we really don't know what to expect from Caleb if they even can let him throw the ball as much as they've been saying.
I think the answer to this question, though, is really dependent upon the Bears' defense. We hear about all this improvement. Well, we got to see it. If it's not that good, then, yeah, he's definitely got a big chance to go top 10. But if this D is as advertised, might not see that situation as much. So, he only has one running QB. I think I put that. He said Brian wants a book too, bro. He's freaking want to hear it, bro. Let's go. All right, Adrian Peterson's got another question.
Okay. You got to say it right. It's beat your son. Beat your son. When he beat his son, beat your son.
Thank you. It's even more funnier now and more inappropriate. All right, so Justin, if you see in this lineup here, you've got some great receivers and stuff in here, but he needs he's thinking, should he get a backup? Should he drop one of these guys for a backup, you think?
Why does he have Cooper Kupp and Puka from the same?
And Puka.
Yeah.
Make a trade. Trade one of them.
Trade one of them.
Sometimes that's how the draft goes, though. You got to kind of give, you got to take what's there, the value. That's possibly what happened. All right, so what do you guys think? Drop anybody here?
Yeah, I would drop one of the, well, not drop, trade. Like Greg just said, you got Xavier Worthy there. You got
You could,
Keenan,
trade Cooper or Puka to somebody for a really good backup. You could do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, but if I'm looking at this roster all day, it's Curtis Samuel. Bye. I'm not a big Curtis Samuel fan. I don't see
you haven't been this whole season, man. I think he's gonna do really well.
I never have in any season, quite frankly. So because he shows up on Brian's injury list every week, so it's just kind of silly to me. I would drop
every week,
in my estimation. You just realized don't have a backup tight end either. I saw Evan Ingram in there, so I think you'd be all right. And you could just stream somebody the week he goes on a bye. I think you'd be all right.
Yeah.
He said, how sexy is his starters upside this week all season? He's got Garrett Wilson, and Terry. It's a 2-flex, no kicker league. All righty. I like that a lot, actually. Very sexy indeed. Speaking of sexy, it's time for, I don't know why I said that. It's time for the ultimate DFS lineups.
The power of the Ultimate Warrior.
All right, here we go. We got it running today. We're fired up. Let's go. I'm going to go with mine first because I'm ready to get in there. All right, this is my DFS lineup. It's Tua, America's quarterback, going against a juicy matchup against Jacksonville. 29th last year against QBs. I think it's a good value there. Javonte Williams, last year, 30th the Seattle was against running backs. I think it's a nice play there. Zamir White. Not a big Zamir White guy, but we know how this Chargers D is. They were 23rd last year against running backs. Obviously, if I'm going to go Tua, then I'm going to go with his main man, Tyreek Hill. That's where I spent my big money this week versus Jacksonville. They're 22nd against receivers last year. Chris Godwin, Washington, 31st against receivers last year, although it might be a little slippery as they're indicating. So not sure, see how that plays out. Coleman against the Arizona Cardinals. Again, good value. Arizona 18th. I thought this might be a shootout until I saw the weather report. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Kyle Pitts versus the Steelers, who were 23rd against tight ends last season. And, quite frankly, I think we're all a little excited to see what Kyle Pitts can do in this offense. Romeo Odunze versus Tennessee in my flex. They were 27th, although they've made some improvements in their secondary, but I see those improvements going to DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and I think we're going to see some nice plays out of Romeo Odunze today. And how can you not go with the Saints D? Again, the Panthers got to see some, obviously some turnovers, I think, in that one, so I like it. All right, let's go to you, Justin. Talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that hair. Holy shit. Talking about Adonis over here. I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, like Greg said, I like his potential this season. I like his potential in this opening game. They have no tape on him. So it's one of those games where he could totally open it up. He's a good deep ball thrower. He's a good runner of the ball. All big plays are welcome when it comes to this week's DFS lineup. So I'm going with Jaden Daniels, big play. And then James Cook, Zamir White. The weather helps James Cook in this regard. I don't think Ray Davis is a thing. I think a lot of people just want to make him a thing. I think it's James Cook all day long. I think they're going to try and push that one. So look for him to be getting all the red zone touches. And then Zamir White, I just think it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be down dirty and you're going to score like 2 touchdowns. And I'm not really banking on Gardner Minshew to be scoring those touchdowns. So I'm going to bank on Zamir White to be scoring them. Then my wide receivers I'm very proud of. I was able to put Tyreek Hill, Drake London, and Terry McLaurin together. All 3 guys I see with high touchdown upside this week. All 3 guys have something, brewing there. Tyreek Hill's got the factor of it being a possible shootout game, and he could score from anywhere. Drake London, new quarterback. They're going to try and make it look like the offense is brand new, revamped, all that stuff. So I look for him to be getting some scores. And then Terry McLaurin, look for him to be getting fed quite often, as he's going to be Jaden Daniels' best friend this week. Then my flex is Ladd McConkey. If you know me, if you've seen the show, you know that I'm all about my Ladd McConkey. He's my dude. And at 4,700, he's absolutely easy money for anybody to put into that flex. Go get yourself Ladd McConkey. Then I actually put Jonnu Smith in there. Crazy enough, I think that Jonnu Smith is a huge benefit to this offense. Once again, this offense is based off of speed, and he's absolutely a speedster when it comes to the tight end position. looking for him to probably make it big on this, like I said, possible shootout game between the Jaguars and the Dolphins. And then the Texans defense. Texans defense really because I think Anthony Richardson is very much mistake prone. So I think that the Texans are a good enough team to take advantage of that.
Yeah, your receiver core looks like Dylan's in there. It looks pretty sexy.
It looks like me in this picture. It looks juicy.
With the flowing locks. Absolutely. All right, Greg, let's go to you. Give me your ultimate DFS lineup.
Ooh, I like that picture, Jason. Ooh, I like that. Well, me and Justin kind of along the same lines with Jaden Daniels, right? I like the matchup. I like Jaden Daniels this year, and I also went with the stack with Terry McLaurin because who else is he throwing the ball to out there in Washington, right? My running backs, I think Kenneth Walker is going to have a huge game today versus that Denver defense that's kind of bland. Travis Etienne against Miami, America's team, Jason. I think he's going to make a lot of noise in the receiving game. So I like that pickup there. I like Demario Douglas a lot this year for the Patriots offense. He was a target monster at the end of the season. I think he's going to rack up a ton of targets, a lot of receptions, because the Patriots are going to be going to be playing from behind a lot this year. So I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, and I think Demario Douglas is going to benefit from that. Of course, I had to go with my homer pick, Mr. Garrett Wilson, against that San Fran defense. I think with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, Garrett Wilson is going to take a leap this year, and I think he's going to have a pretty good game against San Francisco. DK Metcalf, love him. I love the matchup with Denver again. That Denver defense, sorry. So I think DK is going to have a pretty decent game, and also Kyle Pitts. With the new offense out there, I think it's going to open up a lot for him. I love the matchup against Pittsburgh. I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a great game. And I took the Chargers defense. I love the value against the Raiders this week. Like you said, Justin, it's going to be a ugly game. So I don't think it's going to be a lot of scoring. So I think the Chargers are going to be safe.
I'm proud of Fred. I mean, it took him years to figure out what DFS means, but he actually put in a decent lineup. So let's check out Fred. Tell us about this DFS lineup.
Well, I had to come in here and after 2 years, they needed a real DFS kind of guy. So my producers called me and said I was fired. So anyway, I picked I went and picked Kyler Murray. I thought I didn't want to spend too much money on a big time quarterback, so I didn't know about the rain, but I thought that they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot against the Bills and Josh Allen, so that's why I went with Kyler Murray. Especially I had to do the combo thing with Marvin Harrison. I want him to come out, show out his first game, and he's basically, other than him and Trey McBride, that's all they have. Let's see here, Alvin Kamara. The Panthers is just bad. I think they're gonna be bad again. I just think this is a good game for Kamara to, he catches everything and he runs everything. It's just going to be a really good game for him. It seems like we all picked Zamir White. We all thinking the same thing. He's all that Oakland got, the Raiders got. So I'll leave it like that. I've really been high on Cortland Sutton this year and the Denver Broncos. I like the way, what's his name? What the hell's the quarterback over there? The young kid. Bo Nix. I like the way he was throwing the ball in practice. I think he knows his role. I think he knows who his receiver number one is, and I just like the way he's been playing. I've been watching him a lot, so I think and he's older, he's more mature. I went with I think Bo Nix gonna hit Cortland Sutton a lot today. Gabe Davis. I was looking for something of value at that. By this point, I was trying to keep everything all around even. Because it's been a while since I did this, so that's why I went with Gabe Davis. I think that he will get some catches. Miami just got a hell of an offense, so you have to keep up with Miami. Kincaid was my value. I had I didn't go with the Kelce's and all that this time like I usually do. I think in Buffalo he's the only one that we can really trust right now. We don't know what anybody else is, so I think that's where Josh Allen goes. Miles Sanders, same thing. They don't really have anything going down there in Panther country, so why not feed the ball? Your quarterback's still kind of young, and you don't have many weapons. The Giants D, I know they're gonna be really bad, but I think anytime you go against Sam Darnold, you're gonna look pretty good. And defensively, they do have a couple of really good pass rushers in Burns. So, I that's why I took the Giants D. I could have went Minnesota as well because Daniel Jones sucks. So one of these defenses is going to get me points. I picked the Giants.
One of them go do some. All right, I know they're not here, but real quick, I'll just show up our LA Knight of the crew. There's Mr. LeDuc. That's his lineup in there as well. He likes Alvin Kamara also. I noticed in a few of our stuff, we kind of got Terry McLaurin seems to be popular. Also Chris Godwin as well. And then our Shawn Michaels, Judge Jordan's not with us.
Oh, Lord.
You guys watch wrestling? He looked like Chad Gable.
My God, he does. He looks like a skinny Otis.
This AI stuff really is a lot of fun. So we've got some again, Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield, both LeDuc and Jordan like Baker Mayfield today, so just something to check out. All right, before we get on, we got some comments in here. We got to get to Dylan thinks Shakir over Curtis. I totally agree.
Yes.
All right, from Aaron, he wants to start either. Man, a lot of Deontay Johnson questions this morning. Deontay Johnson, Brian Robinson, or Josh Palmer? It's a half PPR. Greg, I think you're up next. What do you think?
Was Brian Thomas.
Brian Robinson.
Get your coffee, Jason. I need you to get your coffee.
Sorry. A lot of Brian's.
We got to inject some coffee to the vein.
I like Deontay Johnson in this week over Brian Thomas. I'm not sure what Brian Thomas is going to be yet. I know he's going to be part of that offense. And Josh Palmer, I'm still leery on the quarterback situation with his feet being hurt, and the change of the offensive coordinator. I think with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, they're going to run the ball a lot more. So I don't see a lot of advantage for Palmer. So I'm gonna go with Deontay Johnson because Carolina is going to be throwing a lot because they suck. They're going to be behind, and Deontay is the number one receiver on that team. So
yeah, I mean, this is a really interesting question. For me, I actually, would probably lean more to Josh Palmer. But I see your argument in here because we talked about that game Friday, how Max Crosby and this Raiders D-line can get some pressure, and if Justin Herbert is hobbled, he's going to have some issues today. So I mean, it's kind of a toss-up, quite frankly. Brian Thomas could have some big upside though today in this matchup, so that's somebody else that could, I think, may have the biggest upside way this matchup goes, but depends on his volume because we don't know yet. Oh, Breezy. He got 2 flex leagues. He's currently starting H8 and Mostert. Damn, he got them both in there. That's my kind of guy. Does he play Palmer in his flex instead or Mostert? What do you think? I'm going to go to Justin because I already know Fred's going to be a hater. What do you think?
Nah, stick with Mostert. Stick with Mostert.
He likes them both in this matchup. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one there because that's two, you're getting 2 guys on the same stuff. So, yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, Archain, Mostert, Waddle here. Like, oh, my God.
Remember last year, they both finished in the top 10 in like 1 week. So, yeah, it's definitely possible.
No, absolutely agree. All right, Fred, I already know what you're going to say here, but let me ask you, what do you think? I mean, you got your boy been talking him up. Would you start him over Pickens, though?
Definitely. I don't know what the hell's going on in Pittsburgh country. I just don't know. I don't know. Justin Fields, I don't know. I'm starting with Sutton. I know Bo Nix likes him. I know Coach Payton likes him. I think that's his number 1 receiver. He understands that. That's who he's going to go with the whole time. I just don't trust nothing in Pittsburgh right now.
Like it. I like it. Dylan, again, he wants to know Jake Ferguson. We'll go to you, Greg. Jake Ferguson versus Cleveland or Taysom Hill versus Carolina?
Man, this is a tough one, man. I like Jake Ferguson, but that Cleveland defense is tough. But outside of CeeDee Lamb, who does Dak have to throw to, right? And who's going to get the target? So Taysom, my heart says Jake Ferguson. My heart says it. That's what my gut is telling me. So I'll ride with Jake Ferguson.
I think I'll wrap this in a bow for you very easily. I think Jake Ferguson is the safer play, but Taysom has the bigger upside. That's basically what we're seeing in this. So depends on how risky you're feeling, I think, on
how risky and frisky you feel.
Adrian beat your son. I trade Curtis Samuel. Who do I go for? Look, whoever you can get, bro, quite frankly, because like I said, I would even drop him. If anyone's offering anything, I'd take it, quite frankly. I'm not a big Curtis Samuel guy. If someone's tying him, definitely jump on that. Look who dropped in. Brad from the Unbearable Podcast. Buff Jesus out here looking like Seth Rollins. And he said, morning, Jets. We get football today. You're excited to talk about your Bears. That's for sure.
Coop, you can officially call me the architect now.
M. Banff wants to know, he has Dowdle, Wright, McLaughlin, and Irving. Should I drop any of the names to stash Jordan Mason? What do you think? Justin, you are the 49er insider, if you will. What do you think?
Man, that's tough. I would, and it's going to be controversial here. I would drop McLaughlin because I don't see his value in the offense outside of being a pass catcher. And Javonte has a pretty good hold on that rushing aspect of it because every one of these guys has big home run ability. But you look at if Jordan Mason, if CMC unfortunately goes down, please don't do that. Please don't do that. God, please don't ever do that. He will have an amazing workload. Jalen Wright, same way. Bucky Irving, same way if Rachaad White. And then Rico Dowdle might already get that workload because Ezekiel Elliott is pretty much washed. So, yeah, I would do McLaughlin, but that's a tough one because he does offer like a wide receiver slot upside as a running back. So yeah, that's what
I think we need to get you on the show. He's in here giving fantasy advice to the commenters. I mean, you gotta love it. He's basically saying the same thing we did in regards to
Dylan gets us.
Yeah, he gets it, bro. He gets it. He said, I got ATN and Kenneth Walker. Let's go. And look at this. And this, he's just out here. Now you're just bragging, bro. That's all you're doing. All right, he wants to know, start 2 wide receivers, full flex. He's looking for the upside in this one. Shakir, Kirk, Deontay, McLaughlin, or Spears. What do you think, Greg?
I'm going to go with Tajay Spears on this one. I mean, even though it's a 50-50 split, I think with homeboy, what's his name? Paul Pollard. Even though it's going to be a 50-50 split, Tajay Spears is going to bring that upside with receiving the ball out the backfield. And I think the quarterback is going to have a better season with DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. Not Curtis, what the hell? My brain's freeze. The other guy they got from Jacksonville, the wide receiver. But the offense is going to be a lot better. So I like Tajay Spears. I need coffee too. Shit.
So for me in this one, Dylan, I personally think if he needed 2. So I think I would definitely put in Kirk for this because we talked about the matchup. And I would actually go Shakir in this too because I think you might see depending, of course, on how this weather shapes out, but I could definitely see a shootout in that game as well. Let's go to Chris. As my second flex, should I start Curtis Samuel? It's Curtis Samuel morning. Tajay Spears or Darnell Mooney? What do you think, Fred?
I like Curtis Samuel. I don't know why everybody's dogging my man. I told you guys this all year. I actually like Curtis Samuel. He's the vet on the team. I mean, who do you go to when you need somebody? You need a vet. I mean, all these kids are young. If I'm Josh Allen, I'm throwing to Curtis Samuel. I don't understand. I'm going Curtis Samuel. Matter of fact, now I'm going to bet with Curtis Samuel because y'all pissing me off. And that's why I'm starting on my flex, damn it.
I like it. One said he was leading all receivers in this one. Clear Spears was close to him now. All right, Swift or Najee? And he says, and Coop, sport the Fins hat or stop looking down. What, my bald spot showing or something? Damn, bro, shit. I'm in a hotel room. The hat's in the car, man. Damn, bro, shit. I just woke up in a hotel. You judging my damn hairline already? All right, what do you think? Justin, what do you think of this one?
Man, I guess you go with man, it's tough. That's a tough one. Both playing good defenses. I'll go with Najee because I think that Caleb's going to be trying to show off with the receivers. I think Najee's going to be getting more dump off passes. So I think if you're in a PPR league, you want to go with Najee this week.
All right. Well, thanks for your comments, everyone. But you can fuck off. All right, let's go. It's time to do our picks.
We're on a mission, guys. We're on a mission, guys.
All right, let's get this thing started. And just like on Friday night, we're going to start with an epic matchup down in New Orleans. The Panthers at the Saints. Saints lead the series 31-28 overall. The Saints swept the Panthers last year 20-17 and 28-6. The line right now is Saints 3.5. The over/under is 41.5. Fred, who do you like?
I knew you were gonna come to me first, bro. I just absolutely knew it.
Here we go. Week 1.
I had to put an extra week this week with the DFS.
Already.
Come on. Where's the pad, Fred? You gotta have this shit on the pad.
I was trying to be more.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass.
All right.
What game we talking about?
Oh my God. Move on.
I even sent a show sheet. Like, Jesus. All right, Panthers at the Saints.
I picked the Saints, man.
All right, good job. Let's go. That's who do you like?
Panthers.
Who do you like?
Panthers for real?
I picked Panthers too.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Brett and Justin both go with the Panthers in this one. I talked about this earlier. The bottom line is the Saints D is really good and really good at home. I'm sorry, they're like mid-average. I shouldn't say they're really good. They're really good at home is what I meant to say. Going against a younger QB, that's why I lean for the Saints in this particular matchup. All right, let's go to the next one. Vikings at Saints. Vikings lead the overall series 18-13. They last played in 2023, the wild card game. Can't even believe that. Giants won 31-24. The line on this one is Vikings for 1.5. The over/under is 41.5. Greg, who do you like?
I like the Vikings. Even though Sam Darnold is the quarterback, I can't go against Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones against the Giants. Giants are just trash. As long as Daniel Jones is that quarterback, I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Dylan, we're on every Friday and Sunday, and thank you so much for checking in. Although you're going to miss Fancy Jesus, bro. So get YouTube on your phone. You don't want to miss Fancy Jesus in a little bit. All right, Justin, who you like in this one?
I like the Giants. I think that the Giants are going to surprise us because I think that the Vikings are somehow worse than the Giants.
Greg, or Fred, sorry.
I really hope I picked the Giants.
Yes, you did, Fred. Yes, you did. Here we go. So the judge also agreed with the juice. They like the Vikings in this one. Giants, like I said, at home, whatever. All right, here we go. Patriots at Bengals. I'm not going to waste your time too much with this one because Patriots lead the overall series 17-10. Last time they played was in 2022. The Bengals won 22-18. The line is 7.5 for the Bengals. The over/under is 41.5. I don't need to ask any of you on this one. Put that hammer down. It is the Bengals all day. This was the eliminator pool pick. If you're in one, where's the hammer? You don't even have the hammer.
Oh my God!
Guy. We got all year long, and now he's not prepared. Like, let's go. Put the TSS mallet needs to be slammed down. Let's go. This is it. There we go.
Now he lost his list.
We can't see it as good because you got your fake background up. All right. Steelers at the Falcons. The Steelers lead the series 15-2-1. Last time they played was in 2022. The Steelers won 19-16. They won 5 in a row in this series. The Falcons are favored by 3.5. Over/under is 42. Who do you like, Justin?
Falcons. I think that they're getting this year started off good, and the Steelers are on that train. I think it's going to be a bad season for the Steelers, good season for the Falcons. They get it started this week.
The train, indeed. All right, OJ, what do you think?
I like the Dirty Birds, baby. Dirty Birds. We don't know what the hell's going on in Pittsburgh, and that's a shocker. So
they don't either. They don't either.
They don't.
What?
I'll save Fred the breath. We all like the Falcons except for our lone wolf. He's not here right now, but we'll play it just for him. Jordan. Thinking that I guess it didn't play. Jordan liking the Steelers in this particular matchup. I'm not quite seeing it, although this is kind of still a toss-up as far as the teams are concerned. I'm more leaning to Atlanta because they're at home, and the fact is with the QB situation up in the air, it just seems like it's setting up for a victory. All right, let's go. Texans at Colts. Colts lead the overall series 33-11-1. They split last year, 31-20 for the Colts and 23-19 for the Texans. Texans are favored here, 2.5. The over-under is 49. Who do you like? Let's go to Fred on this one. Who do you like?
Yo, I think somebody erased my picks.
No, nobody erased anything.
Oh my God!
Hold up.
But if I remember, it's the Colts, right? I probably picked the Colts in an upset special.
Okay, great analysis. Who do you like, Justin?
I'm gonna go with the Texans. I don't think it's a fake. I think that they're really good, and I think that they're gonna give Anthony Richardson a lot of problems this week.
Greg, who do you like?
Texans.
All right. So yes, Fred, you are our lone. Even though you don't have any analysis behind it, you're our lone. So he has no idea why. He's just a dick rider for the Cardinals.
Fred's analysis right now is literally like,
look, Fred,
I think it's
dude, I can't find it.
Look, he's still looking for it.
I can't find it.
It's like, I have no idea who I picked and why.
I put it on our chat. Okay. I found it.
Yeah, the next one.
Guessing at this point, bro.
Cardinals at the Bills. The Bills lead overall. The Bills lead the overall series 7-5. Last time they played was in 2020. Cardinals won 32-20. Bills are favored by 6.5. The over/under is 47.5. Let's not waste any time. Get that hammer out on this one. We all like the Bills. I think for all the right reasons. They're at home. The weather. We don't know what this offense everyone's talking a lot about it. We know what this Cardinals offense is really going to look like. So I think we all like the Bills in this one. I think that's an easy one. Titans at Bears. Titans lead this series 7-6, and the Titans won last in 2020, 24-17. They actually won 2 in a row. Bears are favored by 3.5, and the over/under is 44.5. Justin, who do you like in this one?
I like the Bears. I think Caleb's debut is going to go really well, and I think that's pretty much it. I think the Titans, they're the same old Titans, just a different coach.
All right, what do you think, Greg?
I disagree with Justin. I like the Titans, man. I'm bought in on Will Levis, Calvin Ridley, and DeAndre Hopkins. I love the backfield. I think the Titans are going to shock some people this year, so I'm going with the Titans.
All right, Fred, who do you like?
The Bears. They're going to shock some people this year, but not today. The Titans. I think the Bears come up with all the hype, and I think they perform.
Wow, did someone replace somebody with Fred? Like it was like a little analysis of what he picked. It was like a body double in his place. All right, let's get to the matchup of the day. The Jaguars at America's team, the Miami Dolphins. What do you got, Greg?
I'll pick the Dolphins. Go ahead, move on.
Nice and loud and proud. Fred, who do you like in the matchup?
The Fins.
All right, and Justin, you know what? I'm just gonna.
It's just got to be the hammer, right? This has to be a hammer.
Is this a howling moment? Is this a howling moment?
Justin, it's not a howling moment because there's only one jackass that would pick the Jaguars. And that would be I wish I didn't have time to put the donkey sound effects in, but tell me why you think the Jags will win at least.
Hey, so this is the first time ever. I've never seen a donkey howl before. I think the Jaguars are going to pull it out. I think it's going to be a real shootout, but I think that the Dolphins sometimes have problems when another team can go toe-to-toe with them. So I think that this is going to be essentially a coin flip, but I'm glad that I picked against you guys. So when I'm in the league next week, you guys can be like, oh, maybe we should do little things like that. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, I just literally flipped a coin in this one. I came up with the Jaguars.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Obviously, America's team will win the day. Look, we're at home. It's first game. This is when we're usually on point, especially early in the season. Might be a shootout. It might be a little bit stressful, but I do think we eke out this week for sure.
But it is Florida versus Florida, so
it is true. You can't say. And by the way, NFL schedule makers, like, what? Were you literally just trying to take our advantage away? You got us playing at home. You got us a Florida team in our home opener. Oh, because the Bills were crying about it being too hot. Next week they're on Thursday night. Like, get the fuck it. What a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, obviously I like it. Broncos at the Seahawks. Broncos lead the series 35-22. Last time they played was in 2022. Seahawks won 17-16. Seahawks are favored by 5.5. Over under is 41.5. Let's go to Fred on this one. What do you like?
I take the Seahawks only because I don't know what to expect from the Broncos. Everything's brand new over there, and I'm gonna take the ones that've been playing with each other for quite a while in the favorite today. So I'm definitely going to Seahawks.
Nice, Greg. What do you like?
I like Seahawks, man. Broncos still rebuild mode. Don't know what their identity on offense, defenses, and I'm going with Seahawks.
All right, I like it. Justin, how about you?
If there's ever a week for miracles to happen and shit to hit the wall or hit the fan, it's gonna be this week. And nobody has tape on Bo Nix. That's right. Back to back. I don't have to do the EO on this one. But I love it. I love the Broncos in this one.
All right. To say the least. I like it. All right. Next one. Raiders at Chargers. Raiders 69-58-2. They lead the overall series. They split last year 24-17. The Chargers won. And let's not forget the Psycho Beta beatdown 63-21. Raiders won last season. Chargers are favored by 3. The over-under is 40. Since we all got the hammer on this one, let's just hammer it down, Greg. Fred, get it out there. We all like the Chargers in this one. I think the home field advantage and the lack of playmakers on the Vegas side of the football kind of makes this an easy win, I think, for the Chargers. All right, let's go to the next one, the Cowboys at the Browns. The Cowboys lead the series 18-14. Last time they played was in 2020. The Browns won 49-38, 49-38. I can't believe I'm reading that. Browns are favored by 2.5, and the over/under is 41. So, Justin, who do you like in this one?
I like the Brownies in this one. I think the Brownies that defense is going to stifle the Cowboys, and I think that the Cowboys kind of need a week to kind of rejoice. Dak still doesn't have a contract. CG just got a contract. Micah's going to be looking for a contract. Jerry Jones has really put himself in a hole that it's somehow deeper than the 49ers put themselves in, and I think it's going to show this year.
I like it. Who do you like, Greg?
I like the Doodoo Browns because, listen, like Justin said, CeeDee Lamb didn't even do preseason, any of that. The Cowboys, there's no running game that like to keep Cleveland honest. Who's Dak throwing to? Cleveland all day.
Fred?
Agreed. I definitely agree with Greg.
Agreed.
Yeah. I had Cleveland and Bears in a league, and I had the Bears in at first. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, bro, I was listening to a friend of mine, and I'm switched it back. I definitely like the Browns in the matchup, and I like this defense there as well. Only Jordan and Andrew like the Cowboys in this one. All right, let's go to the next one. Commanders at Bucks. Commanders lead the series 13-12. Last time they played was in 2021. The Commanders won 29-19. Bucks are favored by 3.5. The over/under is 42.5. Fred, who you like in this one?
As much as the Commanders are well improved, I'm going with the Bucks. They came back with their team. Everybody's back. Mayfield, Evans, Godwin, the defense. I'm going with the Bucks to win today.
Justin, who you like?
Same.
All right, let's go to Jaden Daniel Dick Rider. Greg, who you like?
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Hey.
That's
We got
some
get personal.
accusations right there.
But I do like the Commanders, man. I really like their offense. I like Jaden Daniels. I like McLaurin. I like Brian Robinson. I like what they're doing out there. I picked Washington for the upset or Tampa. Let's go.
The lone wolf in this one, he definitely loves him some Jaden Daniels. Mark it up. Jaden Daniels.
Dude, I got him in like 3 leagues. I love him.
The Rams at the Lions. Rams lead the series 45-42-1. Last year, of course, a great playoff game, 24-23. The Lions won. Over-under is 4.5. The Lions are favored by 4.5. The over-under is 52.5, the biggest over-under of the day. This could be that fantasy extravaganza we've all been waiting for. If we don't get quite a few of them today, we got the hammer on this one, guys. I'm just going to bust it out. The Lions.
Bust it out.
All like it. There's nothing I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams won. Obviously, this should be a nice point for point type game. Obviously, you want to get anyone you can in this matchup who should see a lot of points in this one and should be exciting.
Jason,
Sunday night.
Get to the main event.
I like it. All right, let's go. This is the matchup we've been waiting for. Monday Night Football. The Jets at the Niners. 49ers lead the series 11-3. Last time they played was in 2020. The Niners won 31-13. Line on this one, 49ers 3.5. Over under is 43.5. Well, I don't even need to go around because I think I know what you're going to say.
All I'm going to say, Aaron Rodgers undefeated on Monday Night Football. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Justin. That's all I'm saying.
Why are the Jets going to win?
Why?
Because we are the better team.
We are the better team, the better roster, the better quarterback, the better receiver, the better running back, the better defense. Gang Green, we got this. Here we go. Let's go.
It's no surprise we all think the 49ers are going to win, except for these two. But why do you think, Justin?
Hey, I'm just going to let these goofs go for a second. Just let them get it out. Because here's the thing. You got yourselves a new little ramped up offensive line. That's cool. That's a little sweet. You got the old guy, Tyron Smith. Yeah, Nick Bosa's already handled him a couple times. He's going to handle him again. Get right to old man Rodgers. Was he 39 going on 52 over there? His ayahuasca trip. He ain't going to be tripping too hard, but it's going to be reality when Nick Bosa comes in and fucking smashes him to the ground. And then on the other side, guess what? You got that guy named Sauce Gardner. Very nice. Love it. But you ain't ready for Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel put his shoulder right in Sauce Gardner's freaking chest. He's going to be out for a long time because he ain't going to be waking up. You ever see the Jalen Ramsey videos? Yeah, he torched him too. He did a nice job on Jalen Ramsey. But anyways, guys, it's going to be a great game. I wish I could see it with you guys because I wish I could really be there to catch your tears when the fucking Niners mop the floor with the Jets. What is that, Commish? Shit.
I'm gonna bring a mop on next week after we mop you up, Justin.
That's right.
Get ready. I'm gonna bring a mop on.
Man, I can't wait.
I might have Friday just to talk shit 2 times.
I already can't wait for next Sunday, quite honestly. All right, so normally we have a little mailbag where I like to put in some fantasy names, but believe it or not, we got quite a few more comments we got to get through. So let's do a couple more lineup questions and close this thing.
Hey guys,
you got mail.
Chris, I don't. What are you talking about, bro? Place your bets
Oh.
on the Jets. What is this guy talking about right now? Jeez, oh please. Yes, Fred, you're gonna say something, guys. What?
Yeah, it's raining really hard over here. My lights are flickering. I might gotta go.
Okay, thanks for sharing. All right, let's go.
You said you might gotta go? Are you just warning us to go disconnect?
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All right. So by the way, thank you so much, Dylan, for your participation today. We
I love you, Fred.
Tatum VX guys, start 2 full PPR. There you go.
You got
It's raining. Wait, hold on. It's raining outside. I gotta go. Marvin Harrison Jr., Cooper Kupp, or Mike Evans. You're starting 2, Justin. Who you like?
This is a joke, right? You have a flex position, right? You can put this guy in there at some point. Is your wide receiver so plethora that you just this is your flex decision? Either way, I'll say this, and it might be controversial, but I'm keeping Cooper Kupp, and I know the weather is not going to be good for either one of these guys, but I'm going to go with Mike Evans over Marvin Harrison Jr. because Mike Evans, he knows Florida weather, right? He knows rain, he knows humidity, he knows all that shit. So I think you get the more established vet in there over the rookie who's never played in Buffalo before, who's never done, a rain game. So it's controversial because you spent your first pick on Marvin Harrison or your second pick. but I'll go with Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I don't think it's controversial at all. I'm big in when you're playing fantasy to go with the proven guy. There's no better, more proven guy than Mike Evans and Marvin and Cooper Kupp and Marvin Harrison Jr. We're just a lot of we don't know right now. So I'm going with my safe bet, especially on week 1. So I would be sitting Marvin Harrison Jr. unless, of course, like Justin said, you have a flex spot. All right, let's go to Daniel. 14-man full PPR. He's got Cooper, BTJ, or Shakir. He's worried about Diggs' matchup. Thanks, guys. What do you think, Greg?
I would go with Shakir. I like Shakir because Shakir showed a lot going down the stretch with Josh Allen. He got the chemistry. I like the matchup, so I'm gonna go with Shakir.
We talked about the Brian Thomas earlier. There's some upside here in this matchup, but there's a lot of unknown with him. So, and Amari Cooper is proven. Cowboys defense pretty tough, though, too. I talked about that. I think you might see a lot of field goals in that one. I do think Shakir is a good play. I like that. Justin, these questions for you. Last week, left around, got a triple-double. He's traded Jamar Chase for Achane and Harrison. What do you think of that?
I think you got a good player, but I think you might have given up just a little bit more. I don't think it's too off on the trade wise, but Marvin Harrison Jr. If this is redraft, you might have won it, but if this is dynasty, you might have lost it.
Yeah, depending on the outlook here, but I mean, I like the trade because depending if how Marvin Harrison, obviously he's going to see a lot of targets because what else do they have?
Yeah.
In so I like it. And, Achane's that big play guy that if he's in your flex spot or whatnot, and he goes crazy, I'm good. So I like this trade for you, quite frankly, because you're adding you gave away Chase. So you're adding.
Oh, I pulled a mistake there. I pulled a Jason and I misinterpreted the question. Otherwise, this is a really good trade for you because I like Achane and Harrison. Yeah. I thought you were getting Jamar Chase, so that is my bad on that. I just wanted to clear that up.
Is that what we're calling fuck ups now? Is that we're calling it a Jason? Is that what's going on here?
It's whoever does it on the day. Most of the time, it's a Fred.
I actually like this trade for you. This is this infamous. Again, I usually would go for that 2-for-1 type trade. Would be that person going for the superstar. So I would usually be the guy on the other end of this trade because I'm always trying to get that big superstar guy to add to my roster. However, this guy gave you some really good. He didn't give you no mid-tier guys. He gave you some decent stuff that's got really top 10 potential. So I really like this trade for you. I think it was very smart.
And you don't know what kind of mess Chase is going to pull with the contract. He may get a calf pull or a pinky toe, so we don't know.
That's an excellent point. To be honest with you, that totally I'm just thinking he's playing. I've totally even forgot about all that going on too. So you're exactly right. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your participation as well. Thank you guys so much, everyone, for their comments. And if you've been sticking with the show, thank God, because you are about to get to church. We got Fantasy Jesus to close things out. Put your hands together and pray.
I'm here to save your fantasy rosters. Hey there, heathens and heretics. It's your Fantasy Jesus here for week 1, and I'm here to bring you your 5 kings and your 3 commandments for your fantasy football season. Let's start off with number 1. The first commandment is thou shalt always start your players in a big shootout game. And I'm talking about the Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. My first 2 guys for you. Trevor Lawrence, he just got an upgrade with Brian Thomas Jr. He still has Christian Kirk, and he's got Evan Ingram, who's caught over 100 passes in the past 2 years. Big game for this team right here. It's a Florida shootout. You're going to hear all about the Florida man news, and it's going to be good news because it's going to say Florida men got paid and Florida men played. That's right. So if you have Tyreek Hill or Trevor Lawrence, make sure you got them in your lineup. And if you're putting a DFS team together, make sure you spend up on those 2 guys because it's going to be a big game for both. Then my second commandment is thou shalt always play the Bills when Josh Allen is playing. Josh Allen is a difference maker on his own, but now he has a new set of weapons. Dalton Kincaid and James Cook both taking on bigger roles in this offense. Look for those two to pay off big dividends in week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals. And my final commandment and my final king is a defense. It's the Browns defense, and my final commandment is thou shalt always play the defense on a winning team that's playing Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has a bad record against teams that are successful. He was always good against the bad teams. But guess what? The Browns, not a bad team. Probably the most consistent defense over the past 5 years, and they're going to be going in to this game against a team that has had tons of turmoil all year long. Look for the Cowboys to start slow, and look for the Browns defense to be a very valuable asset this week. That was my 5 kings of this week 1 and my 3 commandments of week 1. Good luck, and Fantasy Jesus has blessed your life.
I'm not sure who to start this week.
Trust in your Savior.
All right, we had one more last comment. Yeah, he's an idiot. He does have idiot Chase though now. Ooh, that's
he loves controversy. Then he loves stirring it up because he went out. He got the 2 guys that were most controversial. Does he have Brandon Ayuk too? Does he?
Gotta call that the controversy squad. All right, guys, we appreciate you guys for all your comments today. It actually made us run over, so that's good stuff. That's what we like to see. We appreciate you. Keep bringing those in. Check us out on Friday. We're going to do a full breakdown of week 2 and talk about the Thursday night matchup with America's team and the Dolphins. But guess what? Football is back. Congratulations. You've made it. Welcome. Enjoy today. We will see you next week, and good luck in your fantasy matchups. We are out.